Good morning, my revolutionary people. Today is I think it's about 205. It's Saturday, October 23rd, and I'm in Santa Barbara. It's been a really rough week and had a lot of drugs this week and trying to stay positive, but I've realized a lot of things about my life that are really hurtful, so it's hard. So let's review what happened. Last Sunday, I was in San Francisco. I went to my grandma's church. I realized God is used as a weapon and how evil the world is. The priest was a big-time covert narcissist, but he had the same evil as A1 and brother and my dad. They broadcast me in the church crying because they had sad gas, and the information withholding just is a huge trigger for me. And I broke you people, and I had to give you a pep talk afterwards. And I learned that women really are second-class citizens, still, even though the law says no. They pushed me covert messages to marry Mike because he's not a threat and they can make him kill me. They told me that I look like the priest told me I look like an artist. You look like an artist. What the fuck does an artist look like? They pushed learned hopelessness on me. And then the priest said, I remember something about that name before COVID when I was asking about the Kuderov family, basically giving me a covert message that my family created COVID. I texted my Uncle Stan. I texted him, and I was going to ask him to see if he wanted to go to church with me, but he never responded back. Monday, I spent processing that in San Francisco. Tuesday, I was in South San Francisco. Monday, I think it was in South San Francisco, too. I was still processing the evil of the world. Finally admitted to myself that there's a chip in my head from my head surgery when I was 8. I kind of knew that, but I didn't really want to believe it. And so they can read my logical thoughts in my left brain. I'm pretty sure they broadcast those. And while I was doing brain research, I realized there's a worldwide epigenetic trigger of autism and dyslexia to keep people small and from asking why. And so they just take orders and think about how they're going to do things. Wednesday, we went south down 101. I asked Mr. Yu to join my revolution because he values his potential, and every one of us, with every meal we eat and every breath we take, our potential is being robbed from us. I was so happy to have finally figured out how my family cult is keeping us all small, manageable, and diseased. This is on Wednesday is also when my Uncle Stan called and left me a voicemail. And I could feel his fear with just reading the transcript of it. I don't know if that's the autism, the Asperger's, or my empathy, but whenever someone sends me a text message, or even if I communicate with them by email or text, I can feel them. Ow, my feet. And so that was the day I went to the beach with the munchies and had an amazing time because they dosed me with E, so they did that all week. And then the sad gas and the E, ooh-wee. And then Thursday, went south down 101 to San Luis Obispo. My brother killed Mr. Yu or hurt him. I'm pretty sure he's dead. And my brother's breaking so many of the covert rules. This basically is an overt war now. My mom is the one who got him not to overtly kill me in Oregon when I was there last. Because he wanted to with his convict stare. But now I realize that's just because she wants to torture me. It's not because she doesn't want me to die because she wants to torture me herself. So that's interesting. And then I realized the people in Southern California had been sheltered from the truth when I got the convict stare from a tall Hispanic about 112 miles north of San Luis Obispo on 101 in a grocery store. And that's when I asked you all to reach out to them. And I realized gratitude and visualization is a part of how I changed my epigenetics and healed from cancer. That was a really nice realization. I do a lot of things and I don't know why I do them, but then I read about it somewhere along the way later and it all makes sense. I'm like, that was a good idea. Friday, which was yesterday, was a big day. I had a lot of realizations. I realized my brother already overthrew my parents and has taken over my family cult. My brother's the one who's been trying to kill me for years, and he's the one who prematurely announced my death. My brother has my parents held hostage and waiting to kill them after I die. My mom has been hostage for years, and my dad's been kept painfully alive while I'm on this adventure. Got pissed off at you people for breaking every time I experience a reality shift that is for our greatest good. I need to live in reality, even if it hurts. It's still gonna pay off. It's important that I live in reality. I need to know what's been done to me so that I know what we need to do about it, or I just know where my blind spots are. It's hard, don't get me wrong, and I know it's hard for you all to see it, but y'all have seen it all along. You should be happy for me to finally be in the know. Do you know what it was like to just feel crazy my whole life? Jesus, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. It's so much better to break and cry and know. So much better to know. I hope you don't. I hope you tell your children about the war games, because this was just plain painful. Painful. I gave you orders to be revolutionary because I am good at the why and the what, but you all seem to be good at the how, so we kind of make a great team. I hope that's going well. I have hope. Still. I guess I have hope that self-preservation, that's what it is. I have hope that you will value self-preservation. I really don't. I know I'm not stupid. I don't have hope that you would feel anything towards me, because you all haven't my whole life. But that's where my hope comes from. It stems from self-preservation. I know that you want good things for yourself, and I represent those good things. That's one thing that's been my leverage throughout my life, is what I represent. And so hopefully you all value yourselves enough to do something. That is something I'm willing to gamble on. That is something that gives me hope. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. But I'm gonna have hope that you want a better life for you and your children and your grandchildren. I have hope, especially after everything we've learned. We've learned so much. And yesterday, which is Friday, I also found my Santa Fe of California, which is Santa Barbara. It's beautiful here. The military cannot operate within city limits because it's a Scandinavian town territory. I'm not sure exactly how that works, because there are other places where I feel like that doesn't really apply. But I think because it has something to do with the mountains. Whenever it's in the mountains and I don't know. I haven't figured out the rhyme or reason. I think it's because maybe it's the whole town. Because there's Scandinavian areas at home in Oregon, and in Northern California and Central California too. But I think this one is just, it has something to do with the mountains. I don't know. They can't poison it as much here as easily. I don't know what it is. Oh, maybe the Scandinavians were smart and they chose the top of the mountains on purpose. I think Garberville is one too. I haven't spent enough time there to realize, and it's super small, so I don't know. But I had clean coffee there. It was pretty crazy. It was one of the first places I ate clean meat. I had clean meat there. And there was a bald guy at the grocery store that worked in the butcher shop. Because I went back to get more clean meat, and there was a guy putting out more poison stuff. So yeah, I think Garberville is one. I think the Scandinavians have chose the mountaintops because they know it'll make them healthier. That's an interesting thought. That makes sense. Oh, I got E in my food yesterday, so I ingested E yesterday. It was like old times because they did this in Santa Fe. Whenever my brother feels out of control, when he can't torture me with his military, he poisons me more. And then they've blocked out the Planet Fitness. I haven't been able to find it. I know there is one here, but I asked a guy and he was pretty rude about it. I mean, not overtly, very covertly, coy, I guess is, I don't know. He enjoyed my pain. That was interesting. It was just information. I guess when I say things are interesting, it just means it's information. Okay, so they blocked out Planet Fitness. It's here, but I can go a month without showering. I'm pretty okay with that. They broke into my car last night and poisoned my toothbrush and put stuff on my door handles like old times. They do that all the time in Oregon. Not the lead on my door handles. They haven't done that since Oregon. They had someone reach out from Farmers Insurance for a sales manager position to get me back in Oregon. And Uncle Stan left another voicemail, this time trying to act like he was concerned about me. People aren't concerned about me, they're concerned about themselves. But that is what gives me hope. I hope you all are concerned enough about yourselves to help me. That's what I'm betting on. And all week I was dosed with E for punishment for figuring shit out, and sad gas too. The sad gas was rough, but it makes so much sense now because they used to give that to me when I was a kid. They used to tell me I was all kinds of crazy. And now I realize it's just all the chemicals and all the mind games they play. I think that's what makes my mom the worst, is all the mind games she plays. Well, and she fucks with your body too. She's just like, I would shoot her. I don't know if I could do it personally. I don't think I could I don't know if I could kill a deer, honestly. I love living things. I have a hard time when I kill my houseplants or when I hurt them. Yeah, I don't know. I respect life is what it is. I guess, I don't know. If I had to, I could. Of course, if it came down to like me or them, but I just can't hurt someone just because. There's a Tacoma. War games. These people, they look so happy to get to play the war games like they've never really gotten to. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So yeah, it's been a really weird week. 17 years of my brother trying to kill me. I'm just now realizing it. It's pretty crazy, right? I just thought I had some really bad luck. Nope. So it's been a weird week. Been a weird week. We all have been genetically modified. It's not just me. We all have been genetically modified. Oh, it's beeping at me. This might be it, my revolutionary people. I hope